Welcome back, guys, and we are on part 3. Hey, to make our two floating, we need to finish this story, right?
It's been a while.
How do you feel?
Thank you guys so much for your amazing feedback, and of course, we were hosted by Tuko. I hope you watched the video, and yeah, this is Rosie's views of it. How was it?
It was awesome. It was awesome. It was easy.
Huh?
Yeah, I was scared at first.
Yeah,
It was easy.
it happens.
Yeah.
Coming up,
What's up? No, I need to talk to you before I go. So I'm like, okay, tell me what's up. Like, I don't feel like it's working out between me and you.
A girl has got to eat.
Hi, Heidi.
all right, and we're doing this again, guys, and and we're just trying to do this. Anyway, I have a few questions for Rosie. Now, there is a bit where she said she went to the timber yard in Bomet. And my question would be, would she or has she ever been curious to go and just try to locate this guy? Rosie?
So you mean to go back
Yes.
to the same place?
Yes, and just locate him or something.
Curious, yes. I've been very curious about what's been happening. Maybe I go there to burn the place up.
I know, right?
What's happening?
I was almost telling you, can you go all of us?
Can I
Because we're
go and
ready.
just burn the place up? But honestly, no. I don't want to see the guy. I don't want to interact with him. I really don't want anything to do with him.
Guys, I think this is what's called healing.
Yeah,
Healing. Because we've seen people doing worse things when they're hurt,
yeah.
but I believe this is to heal. And for you, I know you never went for therapy or anything.
Yeah.
Is it something you ever considered at some point? And do you think shrinks work?
I think shrinks work. For me, I'd say maybe my shrinks have been my family and my friends. I'm the kind of person who talks about everything. I'm the kind of person who doesn't hide stuff if I'm undergoing stuff.
Yeah.
So with that, I try and I think from talking to these people, I tend to get my healing from the. Our chapo is almost burning.
Oh, yeah.
We are cooking. At the
We're
same
cooking,
time.
guys.
Yeah.
We're doing this, people.
So that's where I get my healing from. I don't think I need a therapist at this point, but at the same time, it's taken me years. For me to even talk about this story, it's taken me quite some time. So
Do you feel like
take
it
your
helped?
time. Take your time. It
Venting.
helped. It helped.
Because I know you were scared.
I was scared. I was scared of the repercussions. Where it affects maybe my job,
And how people
my
view
profession,
you.
how people view me, and all that.
Yeah.
I was scared about all those things, but I also think it's liberating for you to talk about all these things, so you can enlighten somebody else. You can also maybe make somebody else who's falling into the same trap with that same person. You can make them aware.
Yes. And the feedback has been amazing. So thank you guys
been amazing.
so much for your feedback, for actually people coming out and saying that they have gone through this, and thank you for sharing.
We actually have people just commenting and saying, the same person did the same thing.
Exactly.
To me. We have people saying the same person did 1, 2, 3, the same thing to me. So the feedback has been amazing. People getting to speak about their experiences with the same person has been amazing.
Yeah.
We tend to get our healing from it.
Yes.
We might never recover the funds,
Or
but
anything.
also
Yeah.
we will get our healing.
Yes.
Yes.
Lovely.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Welcome back, guys. Yeah. And I think Dean will be the first person to ask a question because tuko na maswali.
Okay, my question is, what's the experience have you learned from this this situation that the swindler situation.
The swindler-
Lessons, yes.
So the swindler situation that happened to me, I'd say I've learned quite a number of lessons. I think number one would be, don't beat yourself up too much. This shit happens to a lot of people. This thing is by people who have practiced it. So as much as you're a professional, you're somebody who has all this knowledge. I've seen stories about lawyers who have experienced the same thing, who have gone through the paperwork and confirmed that these things are legit, but they've been swindled. So don't beat yourself up too much. And also your mental health is very, very important. It's actually quite a number of lessons. And the one thing I can say is it can happen to anybody.
Yes.
It will happen to anybody. You just have to be careful about it. And then another thing is like in relationships, if you're trying to have a relationship or you're having a relationship, also try and set your own boundaries about financials. So you might be having a partner, but also be careful with to what extent is your partner pushing you to a certain financial situation. So if you feel like your partner is pushing you to a certain situation, just it doesn't hurt you to say
Just
adios.
know where to cut the ties, huh?
Yeah, adios. It's not working out. I'm not able to finance your goals, so I'm also trying to figure out my own life. So do that. Try to investigate, you guys. Try to investigate your people. Do your due diligence. Try to know just go through their social media. There's always those small telltale signs. You're going to find them, so always try to find them. And for me, lastly, also, there's something about your friends, your family. There's something because they're not in this love affair with you. Yeah. So they're always going to see this thing that you haven't seen. So always try to make sure that as much as you're like the African way is like, if you're in a relationship with your husband, your wife, just cover your husband. You don't need to anika your husband, boyfriend to the outside world. Yes. But also remember this, your family, your friends see this thing that you're blinded by love about. So try to have a sense of, I don't know, understanding from your family. Just try to get the perspective from them. I know it's hard, especially when you're in love, but try to get it.
You just have to.
And maybe lastly is, and I'm not covering all of it, but I'm just saying lastly for me would be like, trust your gut instinct. If your gut is telling you, let me call my friend to confirm his bank details. Let me call this other person who has told me that this mother
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl.
go girl.
It's okay,
Am I allowed to cuss?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Do you?
Like this
person?
this person.
Oh my goodness.
This person has done 1, 2, 3. Just be in a position where you're like, you're receptive to that. You don't have to cut it off like, babe, these people are telling me that you're doing 1, 2, 3. Just do your own investigation.
I think we should add on, because we've also listened to the story. Yes. Of course, we were behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yes.
Like what we've also learned from it. And me personally, I would say, I think with whatever you've gone through, depression, it's like something like I still wonder how you made it. Like you didn't even go to a shrink.
I don't know how
but
I made it.
You get
Family.
past it. Exactly.
Family,
support
friends.
system.
Family,
guys, support system.
Yes.
And don't judge anyone. If your family or a friend has gone through this, you know what? Be there for them.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah.
Then any lesson you've learned, you've taken
what
home?
I can say, you need to be careful.
Eish.
People are really putting on a face out here.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally
Be careful. Go with your guts. Yeah.
Totally agree. Hey. Now my question is,
My last bit to that is, why it not for my family and friends? I really don't keep a lot of friends around me, but why it not for those few people I had around me? Believe me, I will have crumbled.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll help
I
you
would
out.
have crumbled. I don't have a huge family, I don't have a lot of friends, but for that small group that you have, that
That
you're
small
so loyal, that
circle.
small circle that you're so loyal to, like Utachapo Julia be like, motherfucker, what are you doing? What?
Just decided to attack the
Like,
whole time, guys. Like, we can't do anything. We just
sorry.
put beep beep.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? But
Yeah.
for that small circle, the one thing I've learned about in life, you need to be grateful.
True.
It's not a lot of people, but you for that one, you need to be very grateful.
Great.
Yeah.
And yeah, those I think a good amount of lessons. I think my question would be, and of course it will touch on mental health and everything, but how are you doing? Like, you had this money that you dished out, you're paying out. What's happening? What's happening?
Uh, Mentally, I'd say every day is a struggle. Every day is different. Depending on the situation. Sometimes you're in a situation where like, I'm already past this situation. Like you decide, it's in my past. I'm done, dusted. Good. Let's move on.
Yeah.
And then you get to a current situation that maybe needs you to be. Let me say like
Investment or
nah.
something or
Yeah. No,
things to do. Okay.
sometimes you find like maybe your current job. Let's say your current job is trying to know your background, financial background,
Yeah. And you
all
know you're
those
in the
things.
finance sector.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're trying to know all these things. And then they come to a point whereby they come across this information.
Wow.
So they have to query you about this information.
And you have
So
to
it takes you
explain.
back.
Yeah.
It takes you back where you have to explain. Because it's a situation you're still dealing with.
Wow.
It's not a situation
Doesn't
you're
end.
done you're already done with.
Like he's walking scot free. I know.
He's
I feel
walking
you.
scot free. He's
Yeah.
walking scot free. I know he's still swindling people. I know that for a fact. I know from the moment from the moment he walked out of my house, he swindled another lady another 5 million.
Wow.
For a fact.
That's a lot of money.
And
I
actually,
know.
there's something you said you didn't mention. He swindled more people in your family.
He swindled more people in my family in a way that when he came into my life and then we knew this is what he was doing. So I realized part of my family, a family friend actually, was trying to also get into the business. It was a good business. It was making good money.
Yeah.
So this family friend decided to invest 300,000
Yeah.
into this business. So they decided to give him the cash. My now ex decided to take this family friend to the premises of that supposed business. So they went there, checked it out. They confirmed, basically just confirming like the business is legit and stuff. It was in Nakuru. The business is legit and stuff. So they invested 300,000. They had a legal agreement, just same case as mine. I actually have a copy of the legal agreements, both mine and his. Yeah. So they did the same thing. Never been paid.
That was it.
Same situation as I mean.
And I know.
So you can imagine. Oh, sorry. You can imagine it's also destroying ties. So you have to know like as much as this person has destroyed the relationship between just the two of you, this person has also destroyed a relationship between yourself and your family, because these are family friends who you built a relationship with over a period of years. But this person has come into your life and messed it completely.
Just like that.
So you have to try and explain to these people and try and rebuild that relationship. Like, I've also been swindled. So it's a tough situation. How am I handling it? A day at a time. Maybe one day I'll be over it. Maybe. I don't know.
Good answer. And one last thing. I know you, and I know you're a fighter, and you're those people who is always thinking on what am I doing next.
Yeah.
Investment wise, has it affected you? Like we want to take a loan,
Oh,
do something, do
jeez.
stuff.
Oh god. Oh god. 1,000%. I'll take you back a little bit. Just sorry, but I'll take you back a little bit. Before I met the guy, I had a lot of investments that situations that I knew how my life was planned out. I knew what I wanted to do next. But when the person came into my life and they're like, no, you want to buy kashamba in Kamulu? Kamulu is too far. It's too far away from town. I have a house in Hurlingham. Non-existent, huh? Secondly, you're like, let's do 1, 2, 3. Somebody like, but the money is better well spent in another situation. You're in this business. No, the driver anakusumbua kidogo. We can't do that. Let me handle it.
Yeah.
And because honestly you're trying to handle this situation like a family, okay, supposed family about
That
to
you
become
thought of. Like, damn, guys.
Yeah.
She
At
knew.
some point,
She was
it
waiting
feels
for
like
that Karin.
I
you
felt
gonna
like
juju. At some point,
I know, right? Did you ever
No,
think
I'm-
that?
It cannot
Like,
be
did you ever
just
think
love
that?
only.
I don't know. Right now I think about it and I'm like, was it kajuju? What I don't believe in juju's,
Yeah.
but at the
I
same
know.
time
I know,
I'm
no.
like, could it be?
Something
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yes.
It cannot be just love.
Just like that.
I'm not sure.
No.
Maybe.
More. Something like juju or something.
Guys, tell us
Yeah, you
on
cannot
the
just
comment
be-
section.
You cannot just be that much in love.
Without,
It's like-
yeah,
it's
it's like a
without
seed
him,
planted.
it's
and
like
starting
it's
to
like
grow.
an angel
Yeah.
who's whispering in my ear and telling me like,
But you're putting it
the
off.
shit is not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shit is not right.
But you're putting it
Now
But
off.
you
the
see,
guts.
yeah, the
See?
gut, that gut feeling we're talking about is whereby something is telling me something is not right. But at the same time, I'm pushing it down. I'm thinking, Aish, man, we're doing this for the family.
Exactly.
We are
Hey,
building
we
this
are
and
almost,
I'm
I'm
like-
almost getting the
like-
ring, people. And
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
wedding
list.
Guys, let us know on the comment section, what do you believe? Because me, I look at it this way. There are people who've been swindled. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be love. It
Yeah.
has been maybe land they bought and whatever.
Yes.
But it happens, and sometimes you get those gut feelings like there's something wrong, but you
Yeah.
still push on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, I still believe, hey, this thing can happen.
happens.
So I can't
Okay,
judge or I can't tell someone like, you know what, you were stupid or you were sijui nini. By the way, when it comes to being judged,
I tend to understand the Swindler story ladies from the documentary. I tend to understand them because as much as us who are seated from the outside
you will never know.
looking in, we are judging them like, you saw a guy in jet planes and you're like, you want the high life.
Yeah.
That's why you're
You're
trying
gold
to give him
digger.
10K.
How will you be
You're
a gold digger and you're able to
Why
give him
am I being
money?
a gold digger when I'm giving you money?
Yo, guys.
Like,
You're the
what-
one giving the guy money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's no way you being a good girl.
No, I'm not a
The
gold
guy
digger.
is now digging.
A
Yes.
gold digger
For the
would
gold,
wait
yeah.
for when that money
Yeah,
will
for-
come.
for
Yeah,
that money comes.
exactly.
Yeah, but when you look into it, honestly, I think it's also something, I don't know, maybe I'm getting too deep into it and I'm not a psychologist, but I'm getting too deep into it. But it's a point whereby you've been raised, my thoughts, I'm not a psychologist, but my thoughts, you've been raised in a place whereby maybe you have no father figure.
Yeah.
My thoughts, no father figure. So this whole idea of, remember what I said from the word go, I'm not a Christian. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a church girl.
Staunch.
Yeah, I'm not a church girl. Yes, yeah, I come from a mixed family,
God born
Muslim, Christian. I come from that kind of family. Yeah, I come from a family where you believe what you believe.
True.
We love you regardless. So it's not a non-judgmental family. So when you meet somebody who's trying to put you in a straight line, in a way that this is the path you need to be in, you are Christian, and maybe like me, I grew up in the Seventh-day Church. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a Seventh-day Adventist guy, he's an elder, all those things.
Must be.
So I feel like
legit.
he's leading me towards
Yeah.
the right path.
Yeah.
And then you do not have a father figure in the family, and this person, whatever they're proposing to you, looks like what looks like a family to you. What feels like a family to you.
Wow.
You need a dad and mom going to church and all those things. Yeah. So you tend to have your brain, it's like customization of the brain. I think
I totally agree.
customization of that brain. Like you're like, this is where I want to raise my kids.
Now this is deep. Now this brings like a whole conversation that we will need
now
to
I'm
look
like-
at, because our upbringing and the things we've gone through, how do they affect us? And as a lady, like, you know, us ladies and father, like our fathers, it's a big deal. Like for me, when I lost my dad, by the way, I lost my dad this February.
I know.
Yeah, so
And not too
I
long ago.
know exactly. So
Yeah.
I know how it feels. I had him there, but now when I lost him, it felt like a gap. And now, to your story, someone like you, it's been a long time.
A very long time.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
a conversation we need to talk about. If you think we should, comment down below. Again, yes. So Dean said she's never been swindled. Personally, I don't think I have. Okay, I have gotten people asking me for money, but I think I have so many problems, guys. Kuna wale ka sisi, I am a single mama, you have your bills, and then someone is coming to tell you, give me 30 G's. Namuuliza sasa mimi, naanza wapi? Ni mtoto nitanunulia chakula ama ni pesa nitakupa? So I think some of us are lucky because of that. Okay.
Wait for it.
To pay the money, he already had all the money. I had borrowed enough money for him. He already had the car, which was also my source of daily income, because it was a business car. Man,
Pain.
Ash,
Pain.
chest, your chest pain.
Just pains.
Like, guys, I'm nervous listening to this story.
Things were thick.
Yeah.
And then to make matters worse, I had already resigned from my job. So I was jobless. I have already lent you all the money in my account. I have already borrowed money from a circle society, which
You don't
I
even
had
have a fallback plan like you.
nothing, zero. The only thing I know I had a fallback plan on was my pension, which I tried to make sure that because at that point I had this realization that this shit is not working out. So I already made plans to make sure that this money was not directed towards me. Of course it came through me, but then I directed it somewhere else. So I think when the guy realized there's nothing more he could get from me, because he tried to make me borrow money from my friends. I actually did. I borrowed money from my friend, but I didn't borrow a huge amount because I already knew what was up.
Yeah.
So I borrowed just a small amount just to pay rent and stuff. He's like, I'll pay the rent, I'll refund the money and stuff like that. After the realization that I sold my laptop. Do you remember my pink laptop?
Oh, look at cute one.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You remember my pink laptop?
Yes. You know, I listened to this story. It's like I've never heard of it. Like I'm still.
I had a really nice pink laptop I adored, and then because I've never been this person who delays on my rent or whatever, so it gets to this point. The guy is giving me suggestions like, let's sell the laptop. We actually go to town with him. He's carrying it. Let's go to town. We hawk it, sell it. We come back and pay the rent. Do you know the moment this guy the moment
guy was too much.
I know, but the moment that this guy came to a realization that I was completely
You're
done. Like there's nothing else. I think at that point I had dropped like 20 pounds, like completely. Like I remember my niece who was staying with me, who's right now in Form 4. At that point, there's a day we're going out to get some food. My niece is like, Auntie Umekonda.
And this is a kid.
Yeah, keep telling me.
And I'm this kind of person who, whether I'm in a hospital bed or whatever, you wouldn't even realize my weight loss. I'm constant.
So
I'm
for
just
someone to actually
yeah.
realize.
So for my niece to tell me like, Auntie Umekonda, I'm like, that is the time this guy comes back and tells me, I feel like it's not working out.
This is the real.
Do you know the time he told me it's not working out? Around 4 a.m. He knocks on my door. He was not in my house. He knocks on my door, comes in, tells me, hi babe. I'm like, hi, where are you coming from at this point? At this time, he's like, I'm from, I don't know, Moyale, Marsabit, one of those places. I
Yo.
decided to check this AMREF, this Doctors Without Wings and stuff. Yeah, Doctors Without Borders and stuff.
Yeah.
I said, take those jobs. So I'm just coming from Marsabit or whatever. I've just been dropped. So I'm like, okay, fine. So what's up? No, I need to talk to you before I go. So I'm like, okay, tell me what's up. Like, I don't feel like it's working out between me and you. So I asked him, what part of us is not working out?
Which
He
one?
said
Which one?
everything. His thing was, I feel like I'm bringing so much trouble into your life. I feel like I'm pulling your life down.
It's
That
like
would-
he knew, but he didn't want to say
I don't know. No, I feel like that's like somebody taking.
That was a low blow.
Yeah, like that's something you've already
Yeah,
done.
like ashajua,
You are that-
amekudrain to a point
Yes.
you have
Yeah,
nothing
you
else to
nothing
give.
else.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing
Now he's
Yes.
ready to leave. Did
Yes.
you ever ask like now, okay, you have all this, my money, and there's all these things.
Now
Did you
what's
ever
next?
ask?
My answer was this. You feel it's not working out? So I told him, okay, that's fine. Yes, you owe me this amount of money. How do you plan on paying it? He said, I'll be paying this amount of money every month as per our agreement. I told him, that's okay then. You can leave. Me, I'm good with it. The one thing I know for life, for sure, don't try to hold back anybody who wants to leave. Just let them
Just
go.
let them go.
Let them go. And for me,
Because
that's,
it would
that's
have
the
been
one
still
thing
too
I
much.
live. That's the
Yes.
one thing I live by.
Wow.
Ukitaka kwenda tembeza kiatu boss. When it came to payment, he never paid even a dime. He never paid anything. So I remember we had an agreement. In our agreement, we had like 100K monthly payments. He never paid nothing, like zero, nothing. So I decided at some point, I'm sitting around friends. One of them is a CID officer. We're like, oh, okay, I can help you with this case.
Yeah.
So this kid like, let's go to Central. So I go to Central Police Station. I write down my statement. The guy is traced. The guy is arrested. But remember, with our Kenyan police, before that person is arrested,
Our systems.
what do you have
Our
to do?
systems.
What do you have to do?
Kitu.
Lazima utoze
Sijini ya
macho.
mafuta. Inakwanga
Fuel, mafuta,
hizo,
gari,
hiyo,
I don't
whatever.
know, time, bust, whatever it is, but they want something. So I did that same thing. I think it was costing me around 17,000.
Wow.
So I
So you're
paid
still
that.
even using more money.
I'm using more
Like,
money. So I paid like 17,000. The guy was arrested. I know for sure the guy was arrested. But
How?
the moment the guy got into the cell, he also decided to acha niwapatie kufunga macho. And he got out.
Now that brings me to my
This makes
question.
me mad. You know why? Just a moment. Just a moment. You see, like the Tinder Swindler. When I was watching it, I was so pissed.
5 months.
When the movie ended and nothing had happened. Like I was waiting that moment. Like what will happen at the end? And here someone is walking scot free. That makes me.
Why?
I don't know.
You know,
That's also.
my question is, are you willing to give all that up for this guy, or you just going to follow up whatever it takes?
Like I had said earlier, I gave up on this thing a while back. Yeah? The only thing that happens is maybe in a month's time, I'm pulled into a situation that pulls me back into this past of mine. Now, if this thing pulls me into this past of mine, then I'm bound to follow up, especially in my career situation. So I'm in financials. So if I'm in this situation and then whoever I'm supposed to deal with, yeah, is maybe trying to look into my past.
Then it takes you
This
back.
it takes me back.
Yeah.
It takes me back. As much as I pull myself out, it keeps pulling me back. It keeps pulling me back. So to some extent I feel like it's this tussle that I can't pull myself out of. I don't even think about it until I'm pulled back into that.
And then one last thing. Hey, this is something you disclosed that you actually found out last minute. You had talked about you guys went for lunch with your family, and there's this day you came back to the house and he did not expect you. No. Please tell these people, because let me tell you guys, as much as I know this story, I think there are parts I did not know.
Really?
Yes.
Same here.
Yo, the shocker we've been getting. Tell them. Please.
You're talking about the guy
When you went for lunch and you came back.
Yeah, I went for a
please.
short lunch.
Yes.
Which was expected to be a very long lunch, but then I came back to the house because it was about to rain. So when I came
You
back,
cut short the whole
yeah, I
thing,
cut short the whole thing. So when I came back, and then I find this other human being,
The guy.
the other guy, the other person I had no clue, zipping up, and then this. Sometimes I'm bound to curse. This motherfucker.
Yeah, let's try and help her through that.
This motherfucker zipping up in my own
Yeah, she's that piece.
in my own house, zipping up, getting out. He does not even say hi to me.
So when you came
he
in,
didn't say
he just
hi.
hurried out.
He just hurried
Like he
out.
was dressing up and stuff in
He
a
was
hurry.
zipping up
and
and
leaving.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yes. So because I found my house locked, so I had to knock. So as the guy is coming
Which
to,
is really
because
weird.
I'm like knocking, yeah?
Yeah.
And then the guy comes and opens, but the other guy is zipping up. So my friend or my ex tells me that I just met this friend of mine going upstairs. They were going to take a shower. They're saying they're very hot. Going upstairs.
Coincidentally, how did
will
he
you
know
go
someone?
upstairs going to take a shower
The
upstairs?
guy does not even live in the same building.
How will you go to take a shower?
You asked me another question because that one I never
Guys,
understood.
I'm tired.
I never understood
I'm
it.
tired.
But also, to take hindsight to that, there was the first alert that I had gotten. Remember when I told you, like, there are people who had contacted me and told me, your boyfriend, your current
not-
boyfriend, is a swindler. They had also given me more information about his sexuality, but I chose to ignore it because
You know
it's
what?
it
Love.
was good. Love was good.
Love.
He was good.
Yeah.
You know,
And we have
even
no-
if your sexuality is different, just be honest about it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And let's see.
Simple.
Honesty
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
No
I
one
think
is going
that's.
to hold you against
Yes.
it, but be honest.
Yes.
I think that's one thing we hold here. Like,
Yeah.
You have to be honest.
Yeah,
Anyway,
be honest.
another thing. I know this story is. Let me tell you, Azizi Isha. Yo,
I have a lot.
let me ask.
I've lived 1,000 years.
I know. Let me
very
ask.
short
Let
time.
me
I
ask.
know.
Has this affected you in any way when it comes to dating and
It has.
like
It has. First of all, the one thing I know as
you
a
watch
wall,
out a lot. Like you
I-
built
I'm-
like a wall.
I've built a wall. Secondly, the one thing I know for a fact, I don't know, maybe I'm vulnerable to other people, but if you're a dude, try to ask me for money. First of all, try to borrow me for money. Anybody, trying to borrow me for money. The first thing I look at, you have a family, you have a circle, who you call
Around
who you call your best friends.
Yeah.
How come your family is not giving you the money?
Yes.
If not, maybe your family there have the money. Your best
And
friends.
that's why I keep asking you. Remember, I keep asking
Yes.
you, are we wired differently? Because for us, it takes us time. By the way, if you see us coming to a friend and saying nye nimelemewa, jua ni kubaya.
Kumelemewa.
Kwa sababu
Yeah,
imefika tumejaribu
dead end.
family,
Yeah.
tumejaribu nini, we
Yes.
we don't get to
Dead
that
end,
yeah.
point. We don't
Yeah.
get to friends before we start from family and everything. And
Yeah.
even me, for my family, and I know even for yourself, they know when you come and ask them, they know Rosine is in a bad state.
Yes.
Like she needs this.
Yes.
She needs help.
Yeah.
And I always believe in maintaining that trust.
Yes.
Exactly. People.
For me, the one lesson I've learned: don't just lend out your money.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's your money and it's your money.
And unless you're ready to lose that money,
Yes, give it out. True.
Well, what I can say is, wachana na lending money. Don't fall for someone's bullshit without doing your backup.
And
You know,
due
checkup,
diligence.
the backup checkup
Yeah.
and stuff. Talk to the person. Take your time.
Yes, guys, let me tell you. Tukika hivi. And that's why we decided to join, because this is going to be a force to reckon. There's one of us who is not here behind the camera. Hi, ID. Let me tell you, we'll be four of us, and we're going to be just being like unajua, being real and doing life and talking about everything that has affected us in any way. If there's a topic imekutouch, andika hapo chini if you want
Leave
to
a comment.
Leave a comment. Tuko na stories.
If you feel like there's a story, or maybe this story has affected you, or maybe you have a similar story,
Please
just
come
drop us
through.
an
Tell us.
email,
And
whatever.
in case you feel like it's private, you don't want to leave it in a comment.
We have a
there's an email.
podcast and
There's an email down there. Just leave your story in the email. We'll follow up and we'll contact you.
we can always also do anonymous stories, trust me. Yeah. Subscribe, share, like. Yes. Thank you for tuning in, and adios.
Turn on your notifications.